The button has been pushed. Say hi.
What the fuck is up, every pony?
Alrighty. Yeah. Welcome to mlptg, the Bannermanes episode 19. I believe this is. Wherein what will happen today? Well, that is for me to know, and you're gonna find out. Oh man. Here's a link for you guys in voice chat if you wish to share it around. And hello to any, probably the one or two audience people that we have. Hello. As for what happened last time on the Bannermanes, I will leave that up to Party here.
Who wants to say, "Ooh, I didn't write a log"?
Tangent should tell her story.
Yeah, tell your story.
What is your story,
Okay.
Tangent?
Well, I climbed in the porthole and I waited on the barrel until I heard splashing. When I went to go see it, I saw a Kirin being lowered to the depths of the sea, and I cast Water Walk on her. And after that, I started to hear sounds of fighting above deck, so I went exploring again, and I teamed up with that same Kirin Fireheart to fight off the enemy sailors until we took over the ship.
Look at that. And then on the docks, share.
Why, just what happened?
Oh yeah, give us your account.
Yeah.
Mainly for the audience.
By some fucking magical miracle, the guards that were escorting me and Gauntlet or Shabaka to my hotel room, for some reason Shabaka was also going with me. Don't know why. They told us about the Hazel Lady and that it had left the port. And that, boy, it sure would be weird if someone went to go check that out. And so we went to go check it out. And then we found some dock hands, and unfortunately Shabaka fucked us. And we had to fight them and chase them down to make sure they didn't get away. Unfortunately, he's not very good at ranged spells, so one got away. But we killed the other ones. He melted one of their minds, which was kind of cool. He's not here, so I can admit that. Yeah, and then Kara showed up. The lady, or not, the priestess of Kara showed up, who never gave us her name, I don't think. Pretty sure not. And she caught the one that escaped. And we're pretty sure she's going to try to make us a deal. Unfortunately, you'll have to wait a couple minutes for that. Or fast forward when you're watching this. Because Shabaka isn't here right now. He's busy jerking off to what I can only assume is cozy glow porn. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Golly.
Golly. Well, on the small little lifeboat that you guys had started piloting away from the thing, you guys are treated to a wonderful show of an exploding ship. Boom. And likely Moonplaner would have to wrest the oar away from Grot, who is likely gnawing at it. Oh man, this is where you guys are right now.
Alright, so once the explosion is done, Moonplanter will look at the explosion because explosions are cool. You don't have to be cool by not looking at them. Once the fire settles down, he's like, holy crap, we are screwed.
Grot is trying to hide under like the board of this seat when she realizes that the fire is far away and the water is much closer. Trembling goblin teeth.
Moonplanter will give her a comforting head pat and say, you did a good job with the explosives. Like, there's not going to be anything left.
Good. Burning.
Green best at burning.
More distant pops and whizzes as you start seeing the ship sink into the harbor. Sure.
Moonplanter takes out his dagger and he cuts the rope pulling the adjacent lifeboat, so that way they get left out in the middle of the ocean, but not too far from shore.
Mainly, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Can I cast light and make it colored?
I think it just says bright light. Does it say anything about color? I wouldn't think so. I imagine that the color comes from whatever you're casting it on.
Man, are you
It
trying to
just
get
says
us
bright
banned
light.
from YouTube? It's light of color.
When you say it like that, you realize how redundant the other phrase is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I imagine the color comes from whatever you're casting it on. Because normally you have to poke an object for that. So if you had a coin, it'd probably give out a more goldish light.
Just wondering.
All right.
Casting light?
I can't. Is it nighttime?
Oh yeah, it's like dead of night.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's like
I'll
2 or
cast
3
it.
a.m.
I'll cast light on my pack.
You cast light on your pack. It's a
Tangent,
bright
we
light.
need to keep a low profile here. We don't need anybody to spot us.
I extinguished the light.
And the light goes out.
Thank you. The moon planter looks around. How far away are we from shore?
How far away from you for sure? I would say about a 15-minute row.
But we have hydropower, don't we?
You do, and Fireheart is more than willing to provide more of that. Though she is looking at you a bit worried, and kindly comments back, if you are asking her for such assistance, if anything is gonna jump out of this water and get us, I don't want to have used all of my stuff for today. You know, being a motorboatist.
Giggity.
Giggity. Alrighty. Tangent, grab an oar. I guess we're rowing the rest of the way to shore.
Alright, we're rowing.
Alright.
Here we go.
Everybody rowing, give me an athletics check.
Athletics? Okay.
Yeah. See how fast you can get there.
I mean, the goblin has high athletics, but you're going to have to convince her.
Is that it? You just click it?
I think between the two of us, me and Tangent should be able to do it.
Okay.
The third oar goes untouched from the cowering grot. Alright, I see moonplanters and tangents. Very nice. Reveal that. If you're
Why doesn't Fireheart row?
Because, I mean, yeah, I guess you can row, huh? This is correct. Because grot won't do it. Alright, let's see here. I had her somewhere. NPCs. There we go. And where is Fireheart? There she is. Alright. There's her acrobatics. And
Wait, is there a reason why we can only see the, like, overworld map?
oh, I just drug you guys over here. I can bring you back to Dackali though, for sure. Bonk. There you go. With those collective rolls, which look to be pretty in sync, you guys managed to actually get there in 10. And I'm gonna put this icon kind of where you guys are rowing. You guys are rowing this way, yes?
Alright, yes. Moonplanter is gonna say that we need to move in this direction, and then from there, we'll move up the shore. We need to make sure that we're not spotted easily by anybody here along the beachfront.
This is going to be more than a 10-minute row.
Okay.
Alright, this will be about 15 with your guys' rolls total. As you guys go there, doing the things that you do best and getting to the shore. Once you are ashore, you find that you have found a nice little sandy place to pull your boat upon. Nobody seems to be around, and festivities in the city seem to still cast that wonderful type of glow that, you know, cities to have during the night. That kind of light pollution that drowns out some of the stars. Seems like the nightlife in the city is pretty active still, after all.
We could camp out here for the night and head into town first thing in the morning, or we could destroy the boat, sink it out in the water, and then find our way back in town. What do y'all think?
I'm just looking over my spell book to prepare stuff.
Well, I think,
Right.
says,
Go ahead, Fire.
she says, well, I think that we should get right back over to the High Rollers as fast as we can, because if we're caught out here, nobody's gonna know we're dead until, you know, forever. And she, like, waves her cloven hooves, like, absurdly.
Grot nods. No one sleep next to big water.
Alright. Just give me a moment. Moonplanter is gonna roll perception to see if there's anyone along the shoreline that's watching us.
Go for it.
Or, that was athletics. That was not the correct thing. There we go. And he does have dark vision, so he's able to see in all directions.
Alright. Anybody else doing the same thing?
Yes.
I don't have dark vision. Do I?
You don't need dark vision to roll perception.
Oh, okay.
You also have low light vision, by the way.
Whoops.
That only matters if you
Oh,
have
wait.
light.
Yeah, you always have some light.
With your collective rolls, it did not seem like anything has tailed you out this far. Moonplaner, you more than anybody with the dark vision can see that that boat is gently still rocking in the sea, rolling with the waves, rolling, rolling, rolling.
Alright, Moonplanter is going to fly and push the boat out into deep water, and then he's going to take his falchion and coup de grace the boat.
The boat
Let it
is
sink.
successfully sunk.
He will fly back to shore, and once he makes sure that everyone in the group is good to go, it's like, alright, we can start making our way back into town. The castle is not going to be any kind of entrance for us unless you know of a way to get in through the wall here.
And Fireheart looks, honestly, no, and quite frankly, breaking into royal chambers is the last thing that I want to do when on the run from, you know, a pimp.
Not the castle, I meant the wall here next to the castle, the one closest to us.
How high is the wall?
The wall itself, I would gander to be about the size of your average 2-story house.
Grot pulls out a grappling hook
Tangent
and
says-
some rope.
Tangent says I could turn into an animal.
Fireheart sits down. Oh joy, everybody can do all these wonderful things to get over the wall, and I guess I'm just gonna have to go walk into the door, ain't I? She rolls her eyes.
Or you could drop the attitude and hold on to the rope and I'll pull you up if you can't climb yourself.
She raises a hoof, then closes her mouth. Right. Yeah. She looks...
Is there an opening in the wall that I can see?
There is not. This wall goes all the way out, actually, into the shore, into a very deep part of the actual ocean itself. You know, because obviously you don't want to just stop it at the sand. People are just going to walk around that.
Can I
actually,
look at,
scratch that.
Can I look at it and tell that a lizard could climb up and then over?
If lizards have a climb speed, then you certainly can.
Grot does not have a rope and a grappling hook because she is completely naked.
Oh.
Naked.
I forgot about that.
Well,
what
it's a
I'll
good
do
thing.
Is give myself spider climb. Second level spell.
I have
Instead
the rope,
of
do
turning into an animal.
I don't have a grappling hook, however.
If you have a adventurer's kit, then you should have rope in it. Most come with it.
Tangent has 50 foot of rope. She always gets that rope. So what I'll do is I'll tie them both together, and I'll spider climb over and I'll carry them. And hold them.
Hey, look at that. You will need to give me an athletics check, though, if you're trying to carry both of them at the same time.
Okay.
I mean, I could probably fly up.
Try to climb.
And we know how good my last athletics check went now, don't we?
If you're assisting by climbing, you can also roll an athletics check.
Okay. I think Grot also has some things for... Oh no, just rapid mental, so she can pull herself up from a ledge, but it doesn't have anything to do with actually climbing.
What Moonplanter will do is he'll fly up to the top of the wall and he'll look around to make sure that there's nobody watching us, and then he'll drop the rope down, and anybody who grabs a hold, he'll pull them up to the top of the wall, and then lower them down to the other side if they need it.
Fair enough. Tangent, as you start climbing, pulling up, you're having a little bit of a harder time until Grot starts like helping you and actually like pulling up a decent amount of the weight. So you guys are up,
Yeah.
and Moonplanter, you don't spy anybody that is immediately looking your way and like thinking that it's super
My climb
odd.
speed is going to be equal to my regular speed. Is that something you need?
Nope, not really. You'd be able to pretty much get over that in a turn. But yeah, you climb up and over. Moonplanter, it's fairly dark here. This seems to be more of a residential corner, and it is in the AMs. So not a lot of casinos or anything like that in this part of the city. Quite frankly, all seems quiet. A lot of the houses' windows are drawn, save for maybe one or two windows where the curtain is slightly opened here and there, but nobody seems to be looking through things.
people here are likely trying to sleep, so we need to move as silently as possible. Let's move as quick as we can.
Alright, so where are you guys headed?
We're headed back to the High Rollers.
Alright. I will note that. Cher!
Uh-huh.
Is it Cher's turn?
Well, my partner isn't here, but...
Hey man, I could keep going with these guys. I just want to make sure you're not left out.
I don't... How long has it been? 30 minutes?
It's been almost 20, like 17 or 18.
I want to give him at least the 30, because 30 isn't too long.
Alright.
So, go with him for a little longer.
You guys start making your way to the High Rollers. Now I ask, how are you getting there? Are you doing it sneakily, going down main roads, blending in with crowds? How are you doing?
Can I use the cantrip no direction?
No direction. Well, you know what direction the High Rollers is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we should be able to navigate there easy enough. Yeah, you know what? Let's take some back alleys. Moon Planter is going to be on the lookout. If there's any kind of activity in that alley, then we'll move on to the next one. Try to find empty a street as possible. But we're not going to be sprinting there. We're just going to be walking along just as quietly as possible, minimal talking.
The emptiest streets you're going to find are just off the docks going this way, which do take some time to navigate and go through, though. Nothing really accosts you, though. As you get to about here, you start seeing that out across the way, more than one ship seems to be approaching the one that is now pretty much just bow up. Seems to probably be some kind of other boats that are investigating the sinking of the ship.
Yeah, that's likely going to be drawing attention. We need to get away from the docks as quick as possible. Moving up through these residential areas, are we running into just normal civilians?
You're starting to run into a little bit more now that you're kind of closer to the heart of where this tavern is. Some people are up. They're kind of making their way down toward the dock. They don't seem to be necessarily paying attention to you. They just, something weird's happened and they want to go see it. Pushing past you and the like. And about this time, that's when you see from the lawn, you see the airship starting to pull upwards into the sky, headed by what seems to be in the very bow, a red pony, who is kind of guiding the ship a little bit out toward the direction of where that ship had gone down.
Do we know a red pony?
Yes, you recall one several times that you'd seen in a tavern back in Bleakburn.
Is this the one we harassed for money?
I think so.
Huh.
Yeah, he looks exceptionally gay. I'll say that.
How can you tell that from that far away?
I don't know, man. You can smell a gay person from a mile away.
That is true.
Yeah, that's why I always know when Meemly is getting closer.
So you're telling me that says spirit sense on my spell list here. I have gay sense.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
And if you guys are staying to watch the direction of the airship, are you? Yes or no?
Probably
Well, a lot
not.
of ships
Probably just
are.
keep going.
A lot of ships are apparently scrambling to the down ship. They're not going to find anybody alive out there, just a bunch of debris. The rowboat, how far away from the ship did we make it before the ship exploded?
Pretty much the duration of one hydro thing from Fireheart that kind of catapulted you guys along. And
Is that rounds per minute or
I think that's just per round because it's a hydraulic push. But man, it took you far. I would say like a good football field away, maybe.
Okay. So if the guys on the boat have regained consciousness, they can probably signal the ships coming out through them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. No, I think that's perfectly fine. Obviously, we're not going to be leaving Dakali until the airship returns, but that should be by morning, I assume.
Perhaps.
You guys are pussies trying to leave already. Holy fuck.
Get what you can and get out, dude. Otherwise, just risk everything.
That's literally our job.
Headed on
Well,
toward the High Rollers still. You guys make your way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and you're homebound. And upon arriving at the doors, you do see that there are a fair few other Bannermanes who are kind of like they're not joining in the crowd that's kind of walking in the direction of the docks, just kind of see what's going on. Rather, you're noticing that they are just kind of leaning on the banisters, like looking outwards, and just kind of like tilting, wondering, I don't know what's going on there.
All right, we need to find. I forget what the main Stitch's name here was, but we need to find him.
If you wish to go find the main Stitch, certainly can. I will bring you to Bonk. The High Rollers Floor 1. And it would not take long to find that he was actually part of that little crowd, and I'll actually kind of drag you there, like where you guys are kind of coming in. Wonk. Wonk.
Still loading in.
Yup, it's gonna take a little bit. Just gonna put you guys outside here.
Hey! There is one moon planter.
There's Moonplanter, there's you. There's Tangent. Get Tangent here. Aha! And a lot of the other Bannermanes who are milling about the entrance, who I will put some Persians and Sphinxes and Unicorns and all other manner have you of creature. Oh, here we go.
It's a little laggy.
Yep, just a little bit. There's a lot of lights on this map. Oh, there they go. It's okay. We'll get them back. There we go. Now, the main Stitch is going to be right in here. I will actually just make a copy of this. Look at that. Wonk. And he seems to be on his way out when you guys get in. And he kind of like opens the door. Ah, Moonplanter. Hello.
Yes, good morning. We had a very close call. We need some privacy right now, if you please.
He looks left and right. The other guys didn't seem to didn't seem to really notice you guys like really coming in a hurry, and he kind of just steps aside quietly.
Right.
Upstairs, you know the room.
Yes. Oh, but first things first. Grot, come with me. And Moonplanter is gonna go straight for the kitchen.
Oh.
And as he's moving, he's gonna take out 2 pieces of silver.
I'm gonna bring Fireheart with me, and I'm gonna wait. Did she opt not to come?
Fireheart is with you, and I will
Okay.
put a Kirin on the map here. Bonk.
I'll just say, are you feeling alright?
Of course I'm feeling alright. Yes, I've never felt better. And she like rolls her eyes. I haven't felt this alive in years, let me tell you. She seems
Look,
kind of spiteful.
It's my job to ask that.
And she kind of takes a deep breath. Oh, you know, I'm just a little stressed is all.
Shit, I lost him.
I'm right here.
Oh, there.
If you weren't feeling very good, I could have healed you. That's all.
There seems to be a bunch of abandoned meals here, as if all those Bannermans out in front had kind of left dinner to go watch something going on.
Grot is going to take the opportunity to snatch some.
Man, you snatch yourself? Give me a 1d6.
Okay.
6
Oh!
legs of chicken.
Woo! Grot just tears into it. And knocks
Moonplanter.
some plates off the table.
Grot, what are you doing? No, Grot. Grot. Food not yours. Find food that is yours.
Oh wait, I went upstairs.
No goblin here. Food mine.
Bag food. Eat later. Find kitchen where cook food.
You take the
Ugh.
food, seemingly with no cook here to stop you.
Son.
DCS, please don't spam going up and down stairs. That lags me to all
Alright.
fuck. Holy shit.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
Oh.
we dropped to about 3 frames a second there.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Do we have any cooks in the kitchen?
You do not. This is soup that's bubbling away.
Alright, we're not interested in soup. Soup is for poor people. Grot, dirty hooves make food dirty. Bad for ponies. What Grot word for thank you?
What thanks mean?
Moonplanter no hit cause you did what he said.
Oh.
Alright. Moonplanter is looking for a rotisserie chicken.
You look for a rotisserie chicken back here, but only find more chicken legs.
More chicken legs. Are they cooked?
These ones do seem to be raw.
Grot's eyes light up.
There's gotta be some cooked chicken in here somewhere. I'm gonna roll perception to try to find some cooked chicken.
Grot's going to snag these chickens too.
You snag yourself another. I'm gonna guess 3 because right now your hooves are probably pretty full.
If she has a bag of holding, that bag of holding's getting full of chicken.
I don't have a bag of holding, and she doesn't have her bag on her. Just holding it.
She's just holding all the chicken. Moonplaner, your keen eyes are and mind are fairly aware that most of the cooked chicken is probably in the other room. You're in the kitchen. This is the home of raw foods until they are cooked and then served.
Grot, get a whole chicken later. Grot, what happened chicken on table?
Fell down.
Fell? No seek chicken.
Mine.
Okay. Moonplanter's gonna take out 3 pieces of silver. That sounds reasonable. And he's gonna just lay that on the kitchen counter.
Sounds good to me.
And Moonplanter realizes that he only has gold pieces, so he will pay silver later. Grot, have silver? Silver coin?
Grot, she fishes out 3 silver and puts it on the table.
Tangent has silver.
3 silver come from somewhere on Grot's being and are presented to the table.
Oh, right, she doesn't have her wallet on her either. Holy shit.
We pay later. Let's go.
Alright, Tangent, you were heading upstairs, yes?
Yeah.
Where are you headed upstairs?
I don't know where I'm going.
Well, the main stitch.
I didn't go up there stairs on purpose.
Fair enough. Main Stitch and the Kirin are walking along the way. Let me see what I'm moving here. Ooh, this way.
I think these are the red stairs. They went upwards. They went northwards. Tangent over here.
Oh, sorry.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. Back to the room of the private room, if you will, that you guys have used before. Oops.
There's somebody in here.
Oop, over here. There you go. Right up the way. Look at that. Get yourselves there. All right.
Where's Grot?
There she is. And a Grot makes her way in. The main Stitch waves his paw and the door closes. Did you hear a click, click? And he looks at you guys. Where are the others? You had gone with 2 more, yes? 2 or 3 more? And you weren't even there. Why are you here? And he points toward Fireheart.
She is part of a plan for Buckbeak to hold her responsible for a ledger that she never stole. And she was going to be tossed in the ocean and drowned, so of course we had to rescue her.
Bah! And he kind of like looks a little distressed a little bit. I have told you that this was probably a very bad idea.
Yes, my cover is completely blown. There's no way I can go back to Buckback now.
Is this why everybody, all of my Bannermanes are gathered on the banister? They are looking over something at the docks, and I can only assume, he looks to you guys at large, that somehow you had something to do with this?
Big fire.
Yeah, we saw a big fire. We can neither confirm nor deny due to plausible deniability that we had anything to do with it.
And he kind of does like a little bit of a face paw a little bit. You are here for 2 days and you already burned down a ship. Ugh. He sits down in the chair, and you see him kind of like reach over to a small bottle, uncork it, kind of just take a small sip. Hey, I've got a headache, and he sets it down.
Well, to be fair, they were about to kill a fellow Bannermane.
They were the dock workers.
I don't think they were dock workers. They're clearly on Buckbeak's payroll. Oh, by the way, are you going to do the number spell?
He blinks. Yes, sorry, I'm a little distressed right now. And yes, he takes out his book, and you see him casting the same thing as before, using numbers and symbols and that kind of thing that stick to the wall in a very nice fashion.
Fire Emblem, while he's doing that, were you marked in any way?
Fire who?
Emblem? Wrong series?
And he blinks.
Fire Heart. Were you marked in any way?
Was I? She starts like looking at herself a little bit. Like, marked in what way?
Like Arcane Mark. We know that Buckback is able to keep track of his prostitutes. He may have marked you or have something to scry on you.
Oh, wow.
And she kind of thinks a little bit. I mean, I didn't feel anybody mark me. And she kind of stands up. And she looks towards you,
I
Camden.
cast detect magic on her.
She takes off her bags as you cast detect magic on her and detect no magic.
Oh, alright.
That's a relief.
I'll say I detect no magic on her.
I was about to say, why would you mark somebody who you're just gonna throw out to sea? She kind of shakes her head. Just makes it easier to find.
Is this
Not
a
that I would know
vague
anything about
reference?
that. What?
Why would you mark somebody before throwing them out to sea?
Keep track of them to make sure that they're actually in the ocean, of course. That's what I would do.
What matters is our plan. And she kind of sits a little bit and looks toward you, Moonplander. And I would never be a prostitute. And she looks at you and crosses her hooves.
Well, of course not. Only pretty mares are prostitutes.
And the main stage looks over. Speaking of prostitutes, there is Cher.
This music does not seem very fitting of the casino.
It's not a casino. It is.
Oh no,
Forever.
Cher.
Oh, no.
Cher, I was escorting her around to keep up appearances, but I had that job to do at midnight, which is why I was on the boat. Grant went with me undercover, and Tangent somehow was already on the ship. She still hasn't explained how she got there.
Eyes turn to Tangent.
I snuck aboard. It was an educated guess.
Oh, and he sits down again. You see him taking another small swig of the wine. Curiosity killed the cat, Tangent.
I figured it would be the biggest and most flashiest ship.
But, I guess you are correct, yes?
It certainly went up in a flash.
And
Alright.
if this is the case, then, and I don't even know the ship that you had taken out, but regardless, I fear for your safety.
We do too. Oh, speaking of, Moonplanter pulls out the documents and paperwork that he got from the captain's quarters. We have a lot of paperwork and books, sorted parchments. It was from the Hazel Lady was the name of the ship.
The Hazel Lady, oh, I have done business with that ship.
Oh.
And
Well, I mean, Buckback has clearly done business with that ship. That was his ship.
The business transactions are done under the name the Black Cats.
yes, the Black Cats, they are a nice group, yes? I have talked to them quite often.
They are? Who are they?
Well, and this is where I point out to you that all of the Persians that were aboard that ship had black coats.
I recall.
He describes this. Quite honestly, it was simple naming. I feel like they probably did not have to think very much on what to name themselves. Though I have to admit that I would guess joining their group must be a pain in the half.
Well, I don't think they're as pure as you might think. Not only are they working with Buckback, he was funding their ship, and they were willing to kill a fellow Bannermane.
Well,
Maybe you've done good business with them in the past, but this was a line in the sand that we could not cross.
I can see that my judgment was misplaced there, yes? And he looks over toward Fireheart. My deepest condolences to you. And she blinks a little bit. Oh, no. Don't be sorry for me. And she she kind of blushes a little bit. I'm just glad that you had these guys come after me. And she smiles, and he looks toward them. I had no hand in telling them to go after you, quite frankly. She blinks. Blinks. Looks towards you, Moonplaner. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Rod is going to tug on her bitten tail.
You're just gonna tug on the tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she gives a little bit of a ow, that smarts.
And if she turns around, Rod is going to take one of the cooked chicken legs and put it in her mouth. Food make ouch better.
Yeah. So it's like ow, that's smart.
Wait, I asked you if you had any injuries, and you didn't declare this one to me.
And she still has the chicken in her mouth, and she kind of looks to you, and she bites out of the chicken. Give me a warning next time. I mean, we're running for our lives. Why am I gonna be like, oh yeah, my tail hurts a little bit?
Oh, I still could have taken care of it.
And she looks down at her tail. I would still appreciate it a lot. And she smiles. And then takes another bite of the chicken. Gives Gra a pat on the head. And thank you too.
Gra bows to her god. She saw this nigga walk on water and grow twice as big. Like, come on.
Is she alright?
Oh, she's enamored with you. She really looks up to you in more ways than one.
I'm going to cast a heal on.
You cast heal upon your little Kirin friend, which would be more than enough in any respect to heal the bite marks that were on her tail. And
this is going to be a first level spell, so it's going to be 1d8.
Yes, I believe so. You could also just roll the heals on your spell list, right? You could just roll it on there.
I haven't figured out how to put it on the log there.
Ah, gotcha. I believe for you that's heightened actually. So if you have heal, where is heal for you?
It's a first level spell for me.
Well, it's also a focus thing for you, I believe.
If I'm using healing font, I can go up to second and third level heal spells, which I think are 2d8 and 3d8 respectively.
It is heightened +1, which means that it does an extra d8 of damage, healing.
Damage?
With every level, it looks like. Past the first.
Rod is going to tackle Fireheart out of the chair.
Wait, why?
Away from the paper.
And
Oh yeah, Moonplancher gets a bewildered look on his face, and he's like, "Oh, Grot, sorry." Yeah, we have to do some evil work with the paper.
And she looks like mildly surprised, especially after Moonplanner had said that she adores her in more ways than one, and is gently trying to like push Grodd away a little bit. How do I tell her I don't swing that way? It's kind of pushing, push.
Grodd, she knows swing that way, push other way.
Grodd pushes her off the chair the other way.
And off
And
that.
tries to drag her under the table away from the paper.
It's kind of one of those things where, like, you know, like when a small child is tugging you around the Walmart and you kind of just comply. Yeah, she's kind of doing that. I'm not sure if you guys have had that experience. I sure fucking have. And like, she kind of goes under the table. Grodd, what are we doing under here?
Give me the sheet music.
Grodd, protect Avatar Flame Boss.
Give me the sheet music we found earlier.
The Moonplanter quickly lifts up some papers and finds the sheet music, passes it to Tangent.
Thank you. Let's go figure out what this is. I'm not doing anything useful. So Tangent uses summon musical instrument to summon a handheld harp. It is a part of cleric spells now.
You summon yourself a handheld harp.
A lyre, actually.
Lyre, ooh.
You're a liar.
So I'm going to try to play the song that's written on the harp to see if it's familiar.
I actually have a reference as to what this sounds like. Don't you think that I'm gonna put a music thing in here and not compose a small thing? Although their instrumentation is gonna be obviously different than yours because I kind of had to guess. But I'm gonna post this in documents as to the tune that you are hearing. Bonk.
Documents.
That's what it sounds like, but with a lyre instead.
Of course my alarm would go off right then.
You just, I thought this was gonna be a ritual. You just worked it,
No, that's what it sounds like.
Dirty little thief.
Alright. It's a pretty little tune.
It is an adorable little tune.
Moonplanter has the paperwork spread out. He's trying to find references linking back to Buckback.
You are trying to find references and things that lead back to Buckback. Looking. None of these seem to have names to Buckback. This is all business done by the Black Cats.
I'm getting the feeling that the Black Cats were contractors that were hired by Buckback to sail him around.
Well,
But
I
then why would-
am no judge or jury, but I can guarantee you that you are not going to persuade any guards without proof of of his dealings. Solid
Well,
proof,
no,
mind
but-
you, not just a hunch.
Well, enormous amounts of gold, like thousands of gold, was being funneled from the casino to that ship specifically.
And
Buckback is working out of that casino.
he kind of nods. Well, yes, a lot of the casinos have dealings with people at the docks. We live at the bottom of a desert. It's not like we don't get a lot of imports, yes?
There's got to be something linking Buckback to them. I mean, the captain of the ship himself and the first mate were both in cahoots with Buckback in order to try to get Fireheart killed. They were following his orders.
And they kind of think a little bit. Well, like I said, unless you have some kind of concrete evidence, there is not much I can do. And as you well know as much as me, we are just Bannermanes. We are not under jurisdiction to convict, yes?
Right. Well, we definitely crippled his business. I just hope we didn't carry it out too far.
My dear, how did they capture you in the first place? And Fireheart, like, is still under the table. And she kind of pokes her nose out. Well, they didn't drag me under a table first, that's for sure. But, well, you know, I was just, you know, looking around and seeing the sights, and I went over by one of the casinos, and I guess it was one that these guys did something with. I don't really know the details quite yet, but they nabbed me. And she kind of like gives a shrug, and the maid's just kind of like, they just took you right off the street. Yep. And you didn't scream? Or, oh, of course I screamed. I'm not an idiot. And then she kind of shook her head a little bit. But they had something to make it quiet. And she kind of scratches her head a little bit.
Silence?
Probably. And she thinks a little bit. I couldn't tell. I was kind of blindfolded. And then she kind of like thinks a little bit more. But I'm here now, and I'm not sure if I should stay here right now. She kind of like looks, for once, like a tiny bit stressed. Just a tiny bit.
You had said that Buckback himself hit you on the back of the head, and that's what knocked you out, right?
I imagine he had something on his cane that was written. I mean, I read it. It was kind of vulgar. She kind of shakes her head a little bit.
Say, badass motherfucker?
No, it was called Cold Bitch. Shakes his head a little bit. Shakes her hair a little bit.
Do you remember him saying anything, giving any orders, or mentioning anyone?
Can't say I did. I mean, when you get thwacked in the back of the head, that's not the first thing that you kind of listen for. You're a little dizzy.
When you came to, were you already tied up and on the ship?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
How long were you on the ship before we set sail?
Good couple hours, I thought. Kept talking about what to do with me, and that there was somebody coming, and to wait on the docks, and blah 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 blah.
This is frustrating. We're not getting anything useful here.
I'm telling you, they had all their bases covered. The main stitch looks out over. Yes. I don't know what I should have expected from a town that is thick on gambling. You've always got to have somebody to ruin the fun, yes? And he gives like a weak smile as if it's trying to lighten the mood. Fireheart does not return the smile. And he goes, ah, yes. Well, regardless, dear, I am not sure if you wish to return home or not. And she kind of shakes her head. Oh, no. I'll just, you know, keep a better lookout on myself. I can handle myself. She smiles.
Well, we can't stay in Dakalai, especially you. As far as Buckback knows, I'm still under the moniker of Big Blind. He doesn't know my affiliation with the Bannermanes. You, on the other hand, he knows your face. If he sees you out walking around, everything is going to come back together and haunt us.
And she kind of gives you like a little bit of a deadpan look. Do I look like some 2-bit sorcerer to you? I can make myself look different.
Can you show me?
And she nods. Mm-hmm. Though not right here. Otherwise you'll know what I look like when I'm out and about, yes?
If you're going to keep it secret from everyone, that's probably for the best.
Mm-hmm. Especially after, I know that one Persian or somebody you guys travel with does that weird mind thing. Not to get paranoid, but, you know, others might be able to do that kind of thing. She shakes her head. Mm-mm.
Well, he's the first one I've ever met who's been able to do that. I don't think that talent is very common. But yeah, best to not take any chances.
Mm-hmm. I feel like at this point in the conversation we should switch over to Cher.
Yep.
Hi, it's me, Cher.
It's you, Cher. Hi, Cher. Say hi. All right. As I bring you over, where's the shipyard? There's a shipyard. I bring you here. Where is Cher? There's Cher and Shabaka. I'm gonna bring you here. This is where I imagined you. And wherever the heck Shabaka is, there he is. I'm gonna imagine he's over here, standing guard. Look at that. And put a little icon
Since
in.
he's not here, I can control him like a puppet, right?
That's not how that works.
Yeah, it is.
No siree. However, let me get my NPCs here. Random default. There we go. I'm gonna put this here, Persian, as she made her way over to you. Now, if you recall last time, she did make her appearance known, throwing, I'm gonna put this guy here, poof, the wriggling, nearly unconscious body of the last one that you had to kind of kick down, right in front of you here. Actually, I'll leave that one right there and pull over his tokens. We have the right health bar. Look at that.
DM, would you kindly stream so we can watch?
Oh, yes. Of course. Sorry, let me just make sure I'm getting the right window here. That's the right one. There you go.
Thank you.
And he throws down the body here, and it's still wiggling weakly. It's not like he's completely unconscious, but he is already somewhat bound, and had kind of thrown that down, saying, My, leaving loose ends unclipped? Doesn't seem very smart. Don't tell me my newest member has gone soft,
Soft? No. Unfortunately, I just work with incompetent people sometimes.
Oh,
Habit of the job.
I can tell. And she like looks briefly around and looks down at Shabaka, who's like kind of guarding along the way. You do like your bodyguards, don't you?
Like,
Well,
that's a stretch.
well, and she kind of thinks a little bit. Here we are, right? You have yourself your last catch. So why not do away with him, And she smiles.
Cher's gonna think a bit.
The guy on the ground is looking up to you like, almost pleadingly. Like this is somebody who looks like they would probably beg for their life, given the opportunity, if not gagged.
Oh wait, are the other two still on the? Oh, you know what? Cher's gonna search him first. If he has anything valuable on him. Does he have anything of value?
He doesn't seem to have anything of value, and all of his weapons seem to have been unclipped from his holsters and stuff.
Yeah. Is he gagged right now?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I wish I could bounce things off of him, so if he chose the wrong option, I could blame him instead.
No, this is all on you. You know, for someone
Okay.
so smart, I wouldn't have thought you to say so much.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out your angle. As far as I can tell, you work with Buckback, and we're kind of fucking up his ship. So, why help me in the first place?
And she smiles. Well, I see you are quite a smart cookie, Miss Cher. I cannot tell you just how many of Buckback's recruits lack such a basic ability as to read between the lines. Needless to say, I am tired of dump after brainless dump being tossed my way. That blundering oaf sees a nice pair of crotch teats and sees himself a profit, and then consistently leaves me to babysit and clean up his messes when they accidentally crack or break their valves or, well, and that's about when you see the explosion out on the sea go poof on the ship. I'll leave it to the imagination. And she kind of blinks your way. I'm not sure if you catch my angle here, Miss Cher. Simply put, I want you to fix this one small problem I have. I run a respectable organization, and I can hardly be bothered to act like I feel bad for every fire hoe that comes by knocking at my door because of some STD they got from the hobo down the way, because they didn't have enough wherewithal to at least ask the horny bastard to put on a condom. You strike me as at least partially intelligent girl, so I expect you to act here intelligently.
Okay. Well, because Cher's the good girl, and Shabaka's not here, Cher's going to give the 3 to Shabaka to dispose of, which he obviously does because he's a good, loyal friend who does what Cher says.
Oh, pawning it off on him,
Well, I'm sure you know it's best not to get your own hoofs dirty.
Oh, certainly. And she looks at her paws. Gives him a little bit of a lick. Though these don't look like hooves to me. And then she kind of smiles.
Hoofs, paws, same thing. Okay, I'm trying to think of how to play this. I want to be considered, because I know Shabaka had his own stipulations. Hey, yeah, you yuck it up over there.
Hey!
I would solo it, but I'm trying to be considerate of him. But he is late, so at the same time.
He's just...
You have to work for your own best interest because you're the only one here that can interact in this right now.
Yeah.
It's all on your shoulders.
Alright. So I'm gonna have Shabaka just toss them into the lake, probably slit their throats. Of course, all the blood is on his hands. Cher's still pure.
I'll mind...
Oh wait, can I have my familiar do it?
I'll mind you really quick that Shabaka, given that his player's not here, is like off a fair distance away. He's not where I put him on the map. He's like keeping a lookout and making sure nobody's coming, like that kind of thing. So whatever you're saying to her, Shabaka will not have heard.
Okay. Can I have my familiar kill them then?
I don't believe you have your familiar with you at this exact moment.
Yeah, but I can summon them.
Familiars you used to have to bond with in some way, shape, or form. I want you to play that out in fluff because, you know, technically you have to sleep for your levels, but this is all taking place in like one day, so.
Ah, that's gay.
Yeah.
Alright, well fine. I guess, does Cher have to kill them then?
And he looks up, kind of like wriggling in his bonds. Oh, don't give such a fuss. You were so eager to kill her just a moment ago, weren't you?
Yeah, that's true. I don't really care much for this guy, and it's not the whole aspect of killing that even bothers me. It's the fact that I know my teammates are gonna bitch if they ever find out. They're, kind of nuts like that. It's a term from where I'm from.
Oh, your teammates, are they now?
Yeah, team, bodyguards, same thing. People who do what I need them to do when I need them to do it.
And she kind of gives a little bit of a chuckle. They're not your underlings. I'm sure you know that I have eyes everywhere and know the company you keep, the Persians and Leatherwings, your bodyguards. It's laughable to say the least. If I had to guess, you, my little sweet harlot, are an orphan, Do correct me if I'm wrong to think that the party you associate with are your orphan mates, because I do love a good story if I am mistaken.
I'm not sure she got, like, orphan mates.
She is taking an educated guess based on what she knows about you.
Yeah. Shit, I don't know everyone's backstory. I actually have no idea about their past or their family connections. Frankly, I don't really care too much. They could have loving families for all I care, as long as they don't slow me down too much.
And this is about when you start hearing out in the distance some probably some voices that are exclaiming out into the night. Namely things like, "What's that smoke? Did you hear that?" That's about when you see the glint of Shabaka's eyes across the way kind of flash like somewhat of a warning as you hear the sounds of barking dogs. Bark, 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 bark. Starting to make their way over. The priest looks at you. Time's wasting. What are you gonna do?
Okay, fine. Looks like Cher's gonna have to get her own hoofs dirty. Just this once. He's gonna, he's probably not gonna sink. So Shir's just gonna cut his throat and throw him into the river. He was bad anyways. It was self-defense.
Quick question. What is your alignment?
I think it's chaotic neutral.
I will note that. And you do so. Where are you chucking them? Just in here?
Yeah, just off the thing.
And you do so as you chuck him out into the harbor. The priest stands up here as the barking gets slowly louder and louder. And looks down at the blood that is on the pavement. And looks at you. Don't tell me you're just gonna leave that there.
The blood? I'm expected to clean up the mess too?
Do you want
Don't
to
you
get
have
caught?
guards for that?
Oh no, not me. I am but a priest. I don't do any killing. And she smiles.
Yes, the hypocrisy of all religious institutions, of course. And give the people the stones and then blame them for them casting them. All right, well, does Cher have a mop she can use?
A mop, you say?
Yeah, a mop. What would she use to clean up all the blood?
If you had a rag, you could just use ocean water.
And
I'm not there.
and she kind of raises an eyebrow a little bit. What? Don't have any magic that can do the job for you? I would have thought that the most basic of spellcasters, even one of Buckback's harlots, could at least cast prestidigitation.
Oh yeah, I do have that.
That does clean up messes.
I thought it only repaired stuff.
Prestidigitation does not repair things. Another name for prestidigitation is minor wish. It's very small magical things. You can make very small amounts of things disappear, reappear, that kind of thing. It's like parlor trick magic.
Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and cast that. I know it moved. Where is it now? You know where it is on the... Or can I just cast it?
You could just tell me you cast it.
Okay, I cast it.
I know what prestidigitation does, so.
Yeah.
You cast the spell, doof, on the bit of blood and the trailings thereof. And as you kind of finish casting it, you see the priest smile backing up, and you remember that wispy darkness that she kind of faded into before?
Yeah.
Whoosh, into the shed
she's
she
gonna...
goes.
I didn't even get to ask her about some sort of plan, or something to convince these two or these guys from running from the city. She wants her hat back.
The barking of the dogs gets so loud, in fact, that you might assume they're around the corner. Though it becomes more and more apparent that it is not really dogs, as it so much is a dog who rounds the corner, stopping his barking as he gets around the place. He kind of looks around as if this is more or less of a familiar place, and then starts sniffing at the ground. He's not even like paying attention to you, Cher, but he sniffs, 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 and he actually comes all the way to where you had cleaned up the blood on the pavement and starts sniffing.
Cher's gonna cast invisibility just in case.
You cast invisibility on yourself. The dog, who sniffs, 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 follows the trail all the way down, likely to where you had thrown him over the edge. Sniff, 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 sniff. And looking over the water, the trail seems to have ended. And the dog stops, his tail stops wagging, and he looks toward the moon, and he howls a somber howl.
Well, I'm guessing that was the guy's dog. Would it be wrong to leave the dog alive then to grieve? They could just come back stronger, to be fair. In this world. Cher's just gonna walk away. It's not really her problem.
You begin.
His master was a bit of a cunt, so.
You begin yourself to walk away. I take it you're not sticking around?
No. If Kara's gone, there's nothing for me to do here. if anyone's gonna take the heat, it can be Shabaka because he doesn't have invisibility. So Cher's just gonna sneak back to the casino or the main hub.
You slink your
Everything seems to have gone tits up, so might as well fuck off.
You slink your way back, turning as you briefly see what seems to be a random flash upon the sea, some distance away from the ship, before continuing along your way.
A flash towards the ship.
Yep. A fair bit away from where the ship had exploded out in the distance, you see a brief flash of light.
I would investigate, but I'm not gonna do that alone.
Fair enough.
I am a squishy with no healer or even backup. So Cher's gonna take the safe route and go back to the casino to report.
Fair enough. You start walking yourself from Dock 9 back to the casino, wherein you see an engineer of reddish fur color gearing up the airship along the way as if taking off before it zips up into the sky. You see it starts heading in the direction behind you had gone awry. Other than that, you don't see anything out of the ordinary before you get to the high rollers, wherein you are spotted, or not really, sorry, you spot, sorry, a group of the other Bannermanes watching whatever's happening. I'll put Cher on the map here. Where's Cher? There's Cher. Get over here, Cher. Alright. You see yourself?
I can see, so yes. I'm facing backwards, though.
There you
Where's
go.
Oh, they're probably in their special room. I forgot, yeah.
You are free to head there if you wish.
Yes, I shall.
Invisible, of course.
Move me.
What do you mean, move you?
Move me! Slave, do it!
Move yourself, you lazy bitch.
Yeah.
I get God himself to fucking move me.
Yep, God himself
He's
also
good
gives
for
you
me.
1d6 mental damage. How about that?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought, bitch. You get yourself to the door over here. And it seems like are you testing out the handles?
Yeah.
It seems locked.
Which one is the one that they're in?
The one that's locked.
Which one? They're both locked.
Oh yeah, it's one room. It's a double door. That one's
Oh
not
wait,
locked.
they're in this one.
Nope, that's a different room.
Oh.
Yep, the one above. It's the north one.
Well, what's going on in there? There's a lot of people in there.
Yeah, I mean you're in a Bannermanes headquarters.
There's a lot of people.
Are you actually just like going in there and wandering around?
See, and then Cher's gonna walk out and close the door back. Okay, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, Cher's gonna turn around and buck this door open.
You buck at the door. Thunk. Nothing happens. Even though you bucked exceptionally hard and it you thought would have left the duns on the door, it does not. However, inside, Fireheart gets a little bit of a fright, and she kind of like jolts up a little bit, and her head smacks the top of the table. Thunk! Ow!
I'm good.
You guys hear a loud thud on the door. That kind of stops whatever discussion you were having in there from last time.
Who is it?
The main stitch kind of,
Can hear us.
They can't hear us, Tangent.
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah, you have the spell.
and the main stitch kind of does like the zip your lips kind of thing, and like looks to you, Moonplaner. Are we good to lift it?
For the time being, Moonplanter scrambles to get all the papers back and put away. The board doesn't have an icon for me. I've got no vision.
The what?
I'm seeing all black on this map. I've reloaded.
Oh, what's wrong with black?
It's a terrible color. Nobody likes it.
Oh.
It doesn't belong here.
Oh no.
You should have vision as far as I can see. I shift clicked you here. You should be in the room.
Nope, still black.
It's black for me too.
Oh,
Maybe I got F5.
hang on. No, I activated the other floor and it brought you guys there. You guys are on the second floor. Here you go.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yay! That worked. Alright, so yeah, Moonplanter gets all the paperwork put back away, and then he says, okay, I think we're good.
And the main Stitch briefly opens up his books. All those shadowy symbols melt off the floor and seem to float back into it, all mathematical like. Look at that. Shoosh, into the book. And he kind of closes it. And as he closes it, share. A few moments after, you buck the door. No response, no response, no response. Before, click, the door unlocks itself, and you hear it unlock itself.
Okay, I step inside.
You step yourself inside. And as you step inside, you see your good friends. Tangent, Moonplanter, the main Stitch, Grot, and Fireheart, whose token I believe is engulfed by Grot right now. Bonk, there we go.
We're more like acquaintances. I don't know.
Huh. Very strange that this door isn't opening, even though someone was clearly knocking. Oh, hey, it's Cher.
But now you can't see me. I'm invisible.
Invisibility only has, like, it only lasts so long. Like,
Yeah, no, it's still on.
invisibility.
I don't think so. You had to walk from the dogs.
Yeah.
No, Cher's a fast walker. You don't know.
That works.
You don't know Cher's life.
It lasts 10 minutes, which would have afforded you enough time to get here, wherein the spell wears off. Mwonk.
Nah, Cher's still the ghost of Christmas past.
You see a Cher who thinks she's invisible.
Cher, thank goodness you're alright. Are you hurt?
Nope. I'm perfectly fine. Can't say the same for Shabaka. He's dead. It's so sad, but we must move on.
What?
Yep, it's a real tragedy. Couldn't have been avoided at all. I'm sorry. Let us take a moment to mourn our fallen comrade.
Give me a bluff check.
Alright, the moment's passed.
No. Give me a bluff check.
Okay. Blah.
Deception is what it's called now.
Oh yeah, it is fucking renamed. God damn it, Memely.
God bless America.
That's a fucking 30. They believe me.
Oh no, you gotta roll.
no.
You gotta roll that blind.
I can't believe Gauntlet is.
No, it's
I can't
fine. You
believe-
can see the fucking roll. Well, wait, I would know if they believed me or not. What do you mean?
Fair enough. If you guys are rolling to believe, share, I believe that would be a perception roll. I think that's what they move sense mode to.
Does it need to be blind?
I mean,
I
I'm
wanna-
gonna tell
I
you.
want to go by what
The DC is 30.
Oh, okay. Oh no. I can't believe Gauntlet's fucking dead. I mean, Shabaka.
Yeah.
It was truly terrible. Nothing could have been done to prevent it, surely.
It should have been you. Why couldn't we have lost Cher and kept the actual useful member of the party? It should have been you.
Yes, that's the one that needs to ask for consent to
Out
use
of
his powder.
character, I can't believe Cher rolled a 30 on that.
You're free to give a
I
perception
wanted a
too.
plus 12.
I don't
Like-
think my perception is going to.
I mean, you were pretty dang close, Tangent.
Yeah.
How did it happen?
It was really tragic. He was fucked to death by 3 guard dogs. It was sad. Cher watched while eating popcorn. There was nothing she could have done otherwise.
When
He-
you say fuck, you mean he was fucked up by 3 guard dogs? Or
No,
was
he
alive?
drowned in cum.
You mean the blood spurting from his neck got into his lungs and that's what ultimately killed him?
No, it was cum. He died the way that he wanted to live.
And this is where you hear the main shit saying, "And you see why I said, speaking of prostitutes, it is all she thinks of, I swear."
Fuck, I just died.
Well, I'm sure you did everything you could for him.
Yep. And now he is dead. Amen.
The main stage comes up looking rather suspicious and raises an eyebrow at you. That's all he does.
Cher's just gonna stick her tongue out to the side, and she just stares cross-eyed at him.
Yes, yes, I am sure that this Chewbacca is surely drowned in cum. That is quite the conclusion you can draw. And he looks to Moon Planner, who looks like they believe this.
I mean, it seems far-fetched, but Cher would never lie to us, not about something as important as this.
Sure.
Yes, of course.
Surely not, Cher. And she he raises his eye. Yes, yes, that is as plausible and real as your hair color is right now.
My blonde is probably pretty bad right now. I haven't touched up my dye. Cher's just going.
It's been one night. What do you mean you haven't touched it up?
Cher has fucked many guys and gotten into multiple fights. I don't know what you think hair dye is like, but when you're sweating that much and doing that much activity, it doesn't last that long.
Oh yeah, a person with purple hair would know all about dyes, wouldn't he?
Yes.
You get you still get the suspicious looks from your main stitch, and Fireheart, who's kind of like looking to and fro, like, you guys being serious right now? Grout, what are you doing?
Grout is just hiding under the table, I guess. Like, she's very content. She has chicken. She has a hiding spot. Doesn't really care what Cher does. So she's good.
Alright, there you have it. And there's a cat lounging on the couch. What are you guys doing?
Well, Cher, come inside. We need to discuss what happened tonight.
Okay. Cher steps inside.
Move yourself, bro.
DM, if you would be so kind.
I'm sorry,
You
I'm
don't
away
have
from
to
my
close it,
computer. I am
Peter.
downstairs at the fridge.
God damn it. Alright, well, Cher will.
Aha! I fooled you! I'm actually at my computer and you have walked in
Ah,
yourself.
you liar!
Yeah. I got a deception roll too,
trusted
buddy.
you.
And so, you step in to the wonderful smiling god down below you that says, haha, fuck you. And Mr. Main Stitch pulls out his book.
Can we please listen to different music now?
I don't know, you don't like the spooky music? Fine, I'll put on different spooky music. You.
So needy.
This one. Yeah, that's right. Need some spookies. Man, look at this. Actually, I like this one. This one's pretty good. There we go.
Not so bad.
And he pulls out his book and looks to you guys all. Shall I, you know?
What, use the spell of silence?
Yes, I think we're going to be discussing some more business regarding that topic now that Cher's here.
Does it really matter at this point? Your cover's completely blown. I'm the only one that didn't fail the mission. And even then, it's not a lot that I can do right now. Not by myself, at least. If someone was going to come here to find information, or was with Buckback, we probably already know by now.
Okay,
It's not
you know
like
what?
you're exactly subtle.
Stop. Good grief. I mean, why don't you just, like, you know, get a sign and, you know, cover it with lights and point it straight down over your head and say, hey, Buckback, right here.
You mean like being the person who blew up his ship, walking around
Yeah, that's what we need.
uncovered?
Main Stitch, would you do the thing, please?
Oh, the sticky symbols already went to the walls.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, yes, I cannot have, you know, Buckback coming in on this lover spat of yours.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Sure.
Not what you were saying before when you're trying to wash
You have
my
a
back.
haunted look in your eyes. What happened?
How do I have a haunted look in my... Listen. As much as I care deeply and fondly for Chewbacca, I'm sure, as we all do. Great person. Shaniqua's death, I can move past, though. It's okay. I'm not haunted.
The haunted look in her eyes, I'm sure, continues in Tangent's mind view.
Well, regardless, I think we need to cut our losses and get out of Dakalai as quickly as possible. We've all been compromised.
We're turning tail and running?
No, not turning tail and running, just moving on to the next part of our mission, which is finding Aetherstone.
I think it's a little premature. Cher still has her connections, and Kara seems like she's willing to play ball. It doesn't seem like her and I want to say daddy after all this time. I guess that's starting to affect me. Her and Bugback are not on the greatest of terms. That's something we could at least explore before we, cowardly run away.
Well, the ship he was funding is completely destroyed. I'm not going to be returning because there's no way I can explain an exploding ship. I don't know. I think we're in too deep. What exactly do you think you can do with what did you call her? Kara? Like the god?
She didn't actually give me her name, but the priestess we met before.
Oh, the one who can't keep her paws to herself.
I mean, I suppose. I don't remember her feeling up on you, though.
Oh, she totally
She
did.
tried.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well...
She has your hat.
Yeah, she has my hat, which is something I probably wouldn't be too mad about getting back, honestly. We should at least see if there's anything we can do with her before we run away.
Did you speak to her again?
And I spoke to her briefly. She helped me clean up some loose ends, unlike Shabaka, who was busy, sadly drowning in cum to help me. But she unfortunately disappeared before I could seal the deal with her.
Yeah, I want to believe you, but the more you say drowning in cum, the less plausible it seems.
Sorry, DC at 30, what was that?
Fireheart starts to kind of muse a little bit. How many people do you even need to drown in cum? And this is when the main.
Why don't me and you find out?
This is when the main stitch kind of gives the smallest of smiles. It depends on if they are Entian or not. If it is Entian, 2.
What about zebras? They come more.
They kind of gives a little so-so. I suppose. Not as much as Entians, though.
Alright, well, if you two whores are done discussing your cum fetishes
Oi.
about our recently departed fellow comrade in arms.
And he looks over to you. I am sorry, my title is not Slut, it is Main Stitch. If you want Slut, you will need to go to, Jackpot. Where do you think I get this information?
Anyways, I still say we should go ahead and speak with Kara before we leave. At the very least, so that I can get my hat back and wave a middle hoof thing to her on our way out.
Why do I have the distinct feeling that, you have made deals with devils and do not understand the concept as such?
Yeah, this is obviously going to be a quid pro quo kind of situation. What
But
exactly?
Cher Noble looks so naked without her hat.
Okay, look, I get it that I'm exceptionally attractive, but you don't really need to fantasize about me naked right now. Focus on the mission, Tangent. But that's fine. Quid pro quos can work in our favor. We're not here to play necessarily the good guys. We're here to get one bad guy out of control. If another bad guy takes his place, well, there's local forces here to deal with that.
The main stitch looks to you. If you do not think that people pay off the guards here all the time, I do not know what to tell you. You are clearly not from here. And he shakes his head.
Yeah.
It is quite frankly a problem.
And it's almost like we should have a Bannermanes organization here that would be able to take care of that issue.
Where do you think most of the policing comes from?
then I'm sure you can you'll figure something out.
Yes, I am sure that I will. And he kind of like looks at you somewhat deadpan. After all, we can't have more than one Bannermane drowning and calm in one night, can we?
God's willing.
Yes, yes.
You people.
For the Kara priestess, is she not getting along well with Buckback? I take it.
Yeah, she mentioned quite a few things that she had grievances with. Apparently not too happy playing second fiddle or I guess playing cleanup for his messes either.
Moonplanter starts tapping his chin. We could work that angle. I suppose we both have something to gain from this.
Ah. Now, I mean, I'm not saying that she's obviously not going to try to, like, I don't know, betray us as soon as we stop being useful for her. But in the meantime, we can use her as much as she's going to use us.
Well, if we can avoid betrayal, that'd be great. But in the meantime, if we can get rid of Buckback and take the criminal enterprising out of Bleakburn from this little tendril here, that would still accomplish our mission. I'm willing to hear her out and see what she has to say.
Good. Any objections?
The main
Or are
stage.
you guys too busy thinking about which race comes the most?
As you swing your head, looking around the room to look for any objections, you see the main stitch act like he's ducking to dodge something. Whoosh.
Moonplanter's ears perk up. He's trying to find out what he's dodging.
And he stands up. Oh, sorry. It was just your friend's snoot. It has gotten so large, I had to duck. And he shakes his head. You know, something about gum seems to make it grow ever so slightly longer every time it is mentioned. And he shakes his head. I have no objections so long as you are doing what you can in the best of your interests and the best of the Bannermane's interests, and of course in respects to the law of the land. Yes.
Scout's honor.
And
timeless glory.
Yeah, and he does the salute back for timeless glory, doing the thing with his paws as he does. Yes, for timeless glory, and
For Flame Boss.
yes, and for this one's Flame Boss. And he looks toward he looks around. Flame Boss, is that the same one as the War Boss? I do not see her here.
Grunt shakes her head and she points to the Kirin next to her under the table.
Oh, we have
Sharon
another
has no
boss?
idea what a war boss is. Sharon has never seen a war boss. But they sound very dead.
And yeah, he kind of looks under the table. So you are another Gabo boss, yes?
No, Gabo, God.
Oh, and she looks like surprised at the God? What? Wait, you don't think? Oh, and she kind of like sinks and like face us a little bit. Oh no. And the main stitch kind of smiles. Yes, looks like you have the responsibility of all of Gobble kind in your flamey hooves, yes? She shakes her head. Oh no.
At least of the big ring tribe.
And she suddenly looks up, super like she has an idea, and she looks towards you. No more stealing my steaks.
Grunt nods.
You know, I could get used to this. And she smiles and gets out of underneath the table.
Sharon's gonna point out that she made no such promises.
Moonplanter whispers in Gabo, no steal stakes and get caught.
It's a challenge.
If that is all, then and he looks toward the symbols on the wall, like he goes over to one, acting like he was gonna like just peel it off.
Yes, I think we're done for the night. Even if we are going to see Kara, we should probably at least go when we're completely refreshed. Quite frankly, some of you guys look like shit right now, so...
And he kind of nods very well then, and he starts decasting the spell, acting like he's pulling the symbols from the wall, though they just kind of slip back into his book. He's just, you know, being showy about it. And as they slip back into the book, you hear a whining at the door and a scratching. Scratch, scratch, scratch.
Oh, is that the dog? God damn it.
God bless America.
I knew I should have killed the fucking dog. It's back to take revenge.
Scratch, scratch,
Moon
scratch.
Plancher readies his sword.
Grot gets her gear back.
You get your gear back.
Boy.
And the sorry, I should unlock the doors here. Yeah. And you unlock the door, seeing yourself what looks to be a dog. It doesn't have a dog icon, but it's a dog. Just there in the door, and it seems to be like sitting, kind of sniffing a little bit. It looks somewhat saddened, you might think. Sniffs the ground a little bit and whines.
Whose dog is this?
Dare doesn't know, but it was poking around at the ducks. Probably one of the owners of the dogs that killed Shabaka, I'm afraid.
Oh, so this is the rape
Or
dog?
the dog, yeah. Probably. I'm sure you'll get along fine with them.
The
I
dog slips
don't
in
know,
past you, Moon Planter, and immediately goes underneath Cher's legs and looks around at you.
What kind of dog is this, Meanly?
I don't know, you tell me. It's your familiar.
See, I knew you were trying to... My familiar isn't gonna fucking be some mangy mutt. Like, I knew you were trying to...
Hey, you
Fucking
described the
boys.
dog to me! I didn't give the dog a description. What does your dog look like?
My dog is a fucking pure breed. Oh, this
Yeah.
is...
He still has his
Wait,
collar on.
It's not gonna be one of the fucking people's owners. She's like a fucking Italian Catholic dog.
Yup.
I mean, if you're gonna make me do this, I'm gonna retcon that it. Are you saying dogs don't go to heaven? Haven't you seen the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven?
Say, how would a dog be Catholic?
How could they go to heaven if they weren't Catholic? If they were some sort of Protestant cow.
All dogs get 50 virgins.
Anyways, if you're gonna make me do this, then I'm retconning that it was ever owned by the people.
I never said that explicitly, did I?
You heavily implied it.
Hey, man, you're free to think what you're gonna think.
Okay.
This dog really likes you. If you want to abandon him out in the street and go attune to another, you're free to. But he does seem to have quite an affinity for, you know, the person who last smells like probably somebody he knew by the sound of it.
Speaking of familiars, did mine show up?
I don't think that there is a small anything that is dancing near you.
Okay, so I didn't show up yet. All right.
All right. Cher, what time are we meeting with the priestess tomorrow?
Say we go about noon. That gives us all plenty of time to actually get rested so that we can walk into what can very well be some sort of ambush. Well rested, prepared, and freshened up.
Isn't it already morning?
No, it's only like 4 a.m., 3 a.m.
Early morning.
Oh, okay.
Are we gonna find a room somewhere?
Yeah, main stage. Do you mind if we sleep here tonight?
Of course not. Why would I send you to some seedy hotel when you have all of the mafia on your back?
Thank you. All right. Do we fast forward, or was there anything else that was going to be done?
Okay, Cher will, in the fucking fast forward, get to know Amelia. And she explained that she was stalking that person because he was a fucking degenerate. And she was going to kill him herself.
Ow.
She was not some She's not owned by some fucking filthy fucking peasant.
You take the time needed to attune to your new familiar, probably by telling him all your deepest, darkest secrets, I'm sure. Though the first to wake up is not any one of y'all, but rather a certain cat. Something seems to be poking your cheek when you that wakes you up there, Tangent.
Alright, what's poking me? Is it Grot?
No. In fact, it is something much smaller. Seems to be a little bit of a bug of some kind. Something like that.
Oh, it's my familiar. I scoop him up, put him on my shoulder.
Oh, look at that!
And I go back to sleep.
And he continues to poke you because he wanted to say hi, and now you're asleep again. Poke, 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 poke.
I managed to sleep through it.
Ah, yes. Who is the second awake then?
Grot, maybe?
Should we roll for it?
Yeah, we should roll for it. How about a d20?
Go for it. Or we could just roll perception checks.
Cher isn't exactly eager to get up. She'll take her time. She needs her beauty sleep. She washed out, or she reapplied her dye. You know what? She's gonna go blonde for another day.
You go blonde for another day.
Touched up her makeup. Got a new outfit, by the way. And she's got her familiar dressed to the nines in her new outfit as well.
Moonplanter's fur and mane are slowly starting to grow back in.
Look at that. And one by one, you guys start awaking. Likely, it seems, with Grot and Moonplanter being the first two up before Tangent.
Oh, no, wait. Oh, wait, I can't get a stick bug. It has to be leaf order, sorry.
Oh man, it is whatever leshy thing is. The little tiny, planty hands are kind of like poking at you. Poke, 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 poke.
I guess I got visited by a nature spirit for a day.
Yes. Look at that. Look at that. And Grot, you awaken. I take it probably loud enough to awake everybody else. Yes.
Yeah, Grot, she's just gonna crunch into like raw chicken bone.
Oh, man, that's like the least appetizing thing, don't worry.
Well, it certainly wakes you up in that case. And what do you guys...
Just crunch, like a moist crunching. Can you visualize it? Can you imagine it?
Snarling and crunching and biting.
Mm-hmm. So, what are you guys doing today?
Well, we gotta go see Kara. We gotta go see a cat at a whorehouse about taking down a pimp.
Fireheart elects to stay. To stay back.
Good. We don't need her playing the damsel in distress again. It's pretty sexist. And quite frankly, I'm offended.
I can't believe a female accepts a stereotypical female role.
Honestly, I would have declined to rescue her because Cher
Whatever
is an
the group
egalitarian.
does, I vote that Shabaka comes along for the next session.
Shabaka is dead. We've already been over this. He drowned
God damn it.
and come from dogs.
Bro, have you not been listening? Yeah, before we leave, Grot is going to chant some kind of goblin chant about big fires and good wars to her god.
Fireheart stays there and she kind of does that weird, like, one hoof is up. She looks incredibly awkward and out of place, but she kind of listens, and then afterwards, after you're done, she like doesn't know what to do, so she just kind of pats you on the head. May the flame be with you, and she smiles awkwardly.
Grot smiles all big and runs out to catch up with the others.
Moonplanter starts humming along and he comes up with his own ditty.
That is pretty good. Care to sing for the class?
Fire big, fire boom, Shabaka died, he drowned in coom.
Moonplanter, I have a question about bludgeoning damage.
What a follow-up.
Is it lethal or it's non-lethal?
I don't know. I'd say smacking somebody upside the head with a rock is pretty lethal.
Yeah, that's
Using a thrown instrument would be lethal. Just like punching somebody, that would be non-lethal.
All right. Well, you guys make
I
your
live
way
for
over
reading.
to the red light district, wherein you know the temple of the priestess to be. Walking until you come across the set of doors in which are presented to you.
all right.
So you open
Cher's
the door.
gonna walk in, and I guess you guys are gonna follow me. Tangent, you can come on in unless you think you're gonna burst into flames if you step into a Church of Kara.
It's fine. My faith is strong.
You've already been a naughty little cat, making curses with your holy symbol.
Hey, how'd you know about that?
Because you got a giant crack in your holy symbol. That only means a couple of things. Either you were really slutting it up like you were supposed to, or you tried to cast a spell that your god didn't like, but seemingly gave to you in their hypocritical wisdom.
So you guys all walk in? Question mark.
Yeah, Moonplanter is gonna roll perception to see if anybody's watching us or following us.
You look around, left, right, up, down. Aside from what seems to probably be just like a few stragglers looking to see if any of the shops are open during this part of the day, likely tourists, I don't seem to be seeing anybody who's like paying you any mind.
That's reassuring. All right, yeah, Moonplanter goes in.
Tangent says to Cher in a whisper, "Hey, do you want me to cast Stone of Truth on her?"
Yeah, I think she would kill you. I'm not. I don't think she's exactly a weak fucking cleric. She seems to be a big boss, and I don't want to agitate her before we really know what's up.
Yeah, besides, we're going into someone else's house. Let's show respect while we're in there.
And as you guys kind of walk in, it is that same inky darkness as before.
Can't see through this.
Oh wait, is my familiar with us? Yeah, you know what? Amelia's with us. She doesn't talk much though. She only talks to me. She doesn't like you guys. You haven't converted yourselves.
Can I pet her?
No.
Aw.
You filthy Protestant cow. Can't pet her.
And that's about the time when you when Amelia gets a pet of her own as a shadowy figure emerges. Aw, you did decide to keep her.
Yeah. She explained to me everything. She's in her pony form, by the way.
Yep, I'm aware.
So I guess she just knew that it was like a familiar right off the bat.
It's a very cryptid familiar. You said it yourself. It is part of the description that they still retain some of their animal-like qualities.
Well, yeah, she has bright fucking red canine eyes.
Yeah.
And sharp teeth.
Well, canines don't necessarily have red eyes. They usually have brown eyes, or like.
Well, this one has red eyes.
You didn't describe what kind of dog it was or anything. I was giving you range.
Okay, if you want me to. I already did it to you though. I already told you beforehand.
But the party doesn't know.
I'm
all right,
picturing
here.
it as a German Shepherd.
Nah, it's a Husky. I will repost what she looks like. You can extrapolate from there because you're never gonna see her in her Husky form. Wait, where is it? Okay, I'm gonna post it in voice TTRGP voice chat. She is the one on the far right. You can also see Cher's new outfit. This is a work in progress though. So
wait, I saw this already, but that's a pony, not a dog.
Yeah,
I'm gonna point out to you, Cher, like there was no way for you to get that new outfit within the time that you just like slept and came.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Cher has this outfit on her. Cher's a classy mare.
Yeah, but you were
You
in a
think she
different one
only
the night
has
before.
one outfit?
I don't know. I didn't see more than one outfit in your inventory.
Are you going through my fucking backpack, Mealy?
Yeah, I'm your DM.
Yeah, he's the GM. He does that.
Fucking creeper.
So no to the new outfit quite yet until you go shopping for it.
No,
But
it's there.
Oh wait, we slept. How much health do we gain back? How does
All
work?
of it.
I mean, I assume that Tangent heals up the party every night.
Tangent, did
You
you heal
do, right?
I'm sure if anyone had any damage on them, I would be healing them.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you, Tangent.
Yay!
So I'm just looking at spells I can prepare. I probably won't need.
Well, she seems to have taken quite a likeness. And the priestess comes over here.
Oh yeah, Memely, is this a good time for me to get my like tea kettle and tea ball while I'm walking through town?
Nope, it is a good time for you to realize that the Kirin priest is fluttering over to you, Tangent. And kind of like,
me?
yup, and she raps a very
Fluttering.
soft.
Wait, what's her race?
She seems to be Persian. Just kind of flutters and then
Oh,
lands, and a paw goes around you. She's almost kind of cloaked in the shadowy darkness. Like, it's not really a cloak, but it kind of is. It looks like a cloak. It's kind of inky and black. It kind of drapes off her, and she puts like one paw around you. Oh dear, another one of faith, yes?
Yes, are you trying to get me to switch my alignment?
Oh no, I would never do that. And she starts trailing a paw right down your chest, right down to the holy symbol. That as soon as she places a paw upon it, like she pulls it back because she got shocked a little bit. Psst. Hey, strong. And she smiles. No. I think you're more than fine. She blows you a little bit of a kiss. What brings you all to the temple this fine evening?
We're here to get a hat back.
Oh.
And some other things.
And she kind of thinks a little bit. I'm not aware of any hats.
Sheer's gonna roll her eyes. Come on, can we cut this shit? Listen, we know you don't like Buckback. We don't much care for him either. I also care for my hat a great deal.
Oh, no. I positively adore Mr. A Pimp named Buckback. You don't understand. He's just an oaf that needs to be put into his place. Or at least taught a lesson in how to properly manage giving me clients for him to work with. She smiles.
Fine, we could go teach him a lesson, provided that you help us out with doing said thing. In exchange, I'd also like my hat back. The Cher's gonna hold out her hoof.
You hold out your hoof.
And wiggle it now.
And you wiggle your hoof. And she looks down at your hoof. She raises it slightly and gives it a little bit of a kiss. I don't think so, darling.
Oh my god, I hate you, Mimoli. Give me my hat back. Just give it back.
And her smile broadens. Oh, does it pain you so?
Yeah, that sounds like pain.
If I'm at a higher level, I swear to fucking God.
I can't believe our GM is into hat denial. What a weird
she smiles broadly. I'm sure we can certainly discuss something, though it would take a fair bit of deal for you to get something so priceless as that hat of yours back, I'm sure. My, you might even have to do something that your dear cleric over there might not approve of. And she puts a paw to her face.
Yeah, I don't really care for their gods, or yours if I'm honest, but what is it that you want?
Oh, I've already told you the stipulations of my deals.
Okay, well let's get some details. You say you want to teach Buckback a lesson.
Can I cast a spell in here?
No, she's in front of her.
It's not a hostile spell.
She's still gonna notice that you're casting a spell in her house that's like probably guarded. I don't think she's gonna let you just get a spell off that she like in her face. Like,
is this the Kirin priestess that's the head priestess?
Yes.
Okay, well I cast locate.
Is she gonna notice that to you?
I mean, you
Well,
start.
I'm looking for.
You begin to
Sure.
try to cast locate into the darkness, though you feel as if in this very place, your god probably does not have a lot of power to give you here.
Oh. Well, can I? I'd ask them to cast it, but they don't seem to know.
Who, me?
No, not you.
Tara? You want her to cast locate for my hat that she took?
Seems a bit redundant.
Well, she probably doesn't remember where she put your stuff.
Oh,
think
I
she knows
am a bit of a klutz, am I not? She smiles innocently.
All right. Let's refocus here. All right, priestess.
She
You're
listens.
not getting along with Buckback. You need to teach him a lesson. What exactly did you have in mind?
And she kind of thinks a little bit. Honestly, I was thinking that you were going to come up with more of an idea than I would. See, I'm not an adventurer, I'm just a priest.
Fire.
Fire.
Look at that, your little one already has an idea of her own.
Right.
We
Well,
burned
we
the
have
other
a couple of
place.
stipulations for ourselves. We need more than to just get Buckback humiliated to teach him a lesson. What we really need is for him to be out of the picture. So, what do you say we work an angle to where you can take control of his assets? With the more direct hoof involved or paw involved, you might have an idea on how you could make that happen.
You claim that these are his assets to give in the first place.
Well, whether they're his or not, he's making money off of them, and that's cutting into your profits.
And she kind of thinks about this a little bit. A fair point indeed. I see you also speak the language known as in between the lines. Look at that, you and your orphan mates do share a common trait. And she looks at you, share.
Again, not my orphan mates. I have no idea what their backstory is. I still do not care. I'm sure it's perfectly tragic and filled with all kinds of sad stuffs that make them a special little snowflake. But that's not really Cher's problem.
Well, let's hope that each one of them has such a hat to give me as you did.
Yeah.
So, priestess, what would it take for Buckback to be removed and for Cher to get back her hat? Because it is very important to her.
Do you wish me to be abrupt?
Yes.
What else would get rid of somebody? I'm sure a
Well,
dagger would
removing-
do just nicely, just as fair as any other bludgeoning instrument of your choice.
Oh yeah. We'll just walk right up to him and just whack him on the back of a head. You know, perfect. Why didn't we think of that?
And
Got
Well,
it.
he's got guards.
and she smiles a little bit. Oh yes, you and your wit. I'll never get used to that. It is quite refreshing. It's better than hearing something about how big that person's dick was last night from every Kirin who comes by my way, bragging about their last night's endeavors.
Big thick Karens.
She kind of gives a little bit of a shrug. Regardless, there is more than one way to get through to somebody like Buckback. Though, and she kind of thinks a little bit. If you are to put me as a bigger part of the picture, which I do have to admit does seem rather tempting, that would require a little bit more finesse on your part.
Well, here's ultimately what we need. We need the criminal tendrils of Dakalai to stay completely out of Blakeburn, because that's the whole reason we're here to begin with. He started overreaching and stirred a hornet's nest, so to speak. If the threats to Bleakburn were to stop, then business could continue as usual.
To
And
Bleakburn.
we would-
She looks like mildly surprised.
Why were you not aware of his extracurricular activities?
Oh, well, I would assume that even he wouldn't be so stupid as to go under the nose of that... Well, what is he now? That goose.
Dr. Amden.
We just call him Cuckface.
No, we don't.
Well, not to his face.
Well, I suppose if the only part of the bargain that I am supposed to hold up is keeping away from the iris, then I would be more than happy to.
And the return of Cher's head.
Give me a diplomacy roll, you.
Oh, I'm good at
For
those.
sure,
Watch this.
Pat.
Wait, you're not good at those at all.
Sure I am.
Aren't
Watch
you,
this.
Steve?
I'm so good at them.
I'm going to assist.
Hey, Meanly, is that a little dragon in the corner of the map?
Blind if you could.
That's fucking make it blind. You know what it is.
What was that?
Is that a little dragon in the corner of the map?
Corner of the map. What corner?
Where the map?
I don't know, there's like a little yellow thing.
Oh, it was me crossing out the N and putting a south because this map is upside down.
Oh, okay. Look, I can't see my thing. My sheet is in front of it. You know what it is, Meebly.
Yep.
Go with it.
You certainly did or did not help. And as Moonplanter makes his offer known, she kind of thinks, "Oh, you're going to have to do something extraordinary for me to give that hat back. It is just so comfy."
You are just the biggest cunt. Holy shit.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, it's just a hat. Cher, if this hat is that important to you, you're going to have to do all the extra work.
And what exactly extra am I going to have to do to get you to stop fondling my hat?
And she kind of thinks, "Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty extraordinary myself. It takes a lot to convince me." And then you see her briefly wave her paws, and as she does so, you see this purple flame kind of, and she changes form to look exactly like you, Cher, though now with a hat. And she blinks. She winks at you. "After all, they do not call me number one for nothing." And that is where we shall end session today.
Oh. That's where we're ending it?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
Really?
A little bit earlier, but
Yeah, I thought we were gonna go for another half hour.
Nope.
It's gonna end it right there. Jeez, Meemly.
Yeah. Anywhere else you guys take it, it would probably go way over time.
We know what her name is now. She goes by the name of Clarity.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, hey, we can surprise her by calling her by her name.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and push by the stream to say bye.